Oh man, check it out. Yeah. Look at that, all the roots. Can't believe that worked. There's a lane. I'm gonna start making more copy of these. Oh man, look at that. Crazy. What is going on, everybody? So as you can see, that first clip, that was the root ball of the jujube tree that I tried to air layer. And I was really excited when I saw that, and I couldn't believe it worked. So today we're gonna go over the whole process, how I got my jujube tree to produce root with air layering. So if you guys don't know what air layering is, it's a method that you use to clone a copy of the tree, and this is like the easiest method that you can use. Okay, so here the first step is that you want to find a branch you want to make a clone out, and then afterward you want to make a scorch with a knife around the branch, and then afterward you want to remove that bark. And here is that I cut around between like an inch or an inch and a half, and then I peel off the bark like so. And you have to make sure to do this around the whole branch, right? And basically just peel off all the bark until you see that green or the wood in there. So the idea of air layering is that you are stopping the circulation of nutrient flow from the main trunk of the tree to another branch, and that forcing that branch to look for the nutrient itself by pushing out roots and all that into a ball of soil that you're going to wrap on here. So that's why we are scraping off the skin of the tree or the bark of the tree until it gets to the woods. And because the tree or the branch is still intact, it still has some energy to keep that tree alive while it's developing its new roots. Alright, so once you clean up your branch and preparing it, it's going to look like this. Okay, so this is an important part that I use differently from my previous time I'm trying to air layering my jujube tree. That wasn't successful. So the secret here is shallot or onions. Alright, so what you want to do is cut it up, rub it into the branch, and make sure you get all the juice of onion on there. So the next step is I take root, which is the powder rooting hormone compound, and I rub this all over it. So last time I used the powder one as well, but I did not use combine it with the onions, and that seemed to make the difference this year. Alright, so after I apply the rooting hormones, the next step is that I took a ball of soil. Basically this is peat moss right here, that's what I'm using, and I squeeze it out all the water, and so basically it still have moisture in there, but it's not like soaked with water. And then I wrapped it with the saran wrap and make it into a ball. So after that you just slit it in the middle and then put in some more rooting hormones, and then after that you just want to sandwich it onto the branch. Alright, and what you want to use is like either duct tape or electrical tape, and then wrap the thing up so it can hold and bind it there on the branch. And you want to make it tight so it doesn't fall off. So once I run the tape over one time, I get a saran wrap again, and then I'm gonna wrap the whole ball of soil up again so that way it is sealed tight. Make sure the moisture stay in there and it doesn't dry it out. Then afterward I run another layer of tape on it so that way it will hold everything together. Okay, so here is the last step. You're gonna need some tin foil, and you're gonna wrap this around the root ball. So what this does is that it reflects away the sunlight and keeping the root ball warm and hot at the same time, but it's trapping the humidity, and it has that darkness in there to help the root to produce and to grow. So after a month and a half or so or more, you will see a root balls looking like this, and it's pretty exciting to see this. So after you see some strong root system like this, you want to cut this off on the bottom end like so. And what you want to do next is take the plastic off and all the tape off slowly, carefully, so that way you don't want to damage the roots, and transplant this into a pot. Alright, look at all that beautiful root system right there. So as you can see that the soil is pretty dried up as well, and so once you open the plastic up, right, you want to soak this into a water and let it sit there to rehydrate and soak up all the water in before putting it into a pot. Alright, so now all you have to do is put it in a pot, or if you want, you can plant directly into the ground. And afterwards, I just give it a good soak of water, so make sure that way the plant doesn't dry out or die, and put this in the shade. Alright, so here's some discovery that I made when air layering this jujube. So basically the laying, for some reason, it produces root better than the leaf and the surewood. As of today, right now is winter right now, I still do not see roots on the leaf and the surewood. Alright, so another tip I have is that start cloning this in June or in May, because you want to give it time to start develop those root system. And I also started a batch in August, and I did not see any roots come in, so it's kind of weird. So there it is, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video, and please hit the like and the subscribe and leave some comment below, and I will see you guys on the next video.